Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 91st episode of The Shot Pod.
My name is Alex.
My name is Mark.
Welcome to
The Shot Pod. That was weird. All right. No. I'll just cut out the space.
Yeah, but you'll have to cut it out of the video too.
But that doesn't matter because I usually fade to the title for the song.
Woo! Oh, we didn't do any cracks though.
No. It was
I got it. There we go. We got it. We're drinking. It says free sushi, which I can't not sexualize that saying. I'm sorry. As soon as I saw free sushi, it's just like sounds.
But sushi is not an ingredient, thankfully.
Thankfully, yeah. But the bones of small Japanese children is.
I mean.
Apparently, so I think that's what they make sushi from. Actually,
I mean,
jokes.
It's funny with McDonald's with the Big Mac. Like the original Big Mac is 100% all beef, but the Grand Mac, it'll say is 100% all beef, but the ingredients say that it's say that there's shellfish, and it's like, but how is that all beef?
Yeah, you're not wrong, but it's just I agree with you that how is that all beef, but what I can tell you is I had a friend that worked for McDonald's, upper management, like gets around, like sets up new stores, kind of in the corporate part of it. Like if I have a question about like Ronnie's as a corp, like, hey, what's going on with this or that? Are you guys back in benefits back, or are you guys doing this? She's the girl I talked to. I'm like, yo, Bray, what's going on? And so I've asked her about that. I said, how do they say 100% beef and get away with it? And she said, because the portion of beef that's in the burger is 100%. That's how they get away with it. Because in the subtext, it's like, it is 100% beef. The portion of the burger that is beef is 100% beef. It'd be kind of like saying, welcome to the Shot Pod. The portion of the Shot Pod that is run by Alex and Mark is the best part of the Shot Pod. Be like, okay, are there any other parts?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what it's saying a little bit. It's just like, but there's no other. Okay, so what about the stuff that's not in the beef then? They're like, that's where we don't have to tell you. You get oopsie daisy. You got me. You know what I mean?
It's weird because while doing that, your little bit of laughter is like, it sounds like it's on the brink of crusty. Like you're like,
yeah. I will. I like that. I've been listening back to some of the episodes when I go, I get into that. You're right. It is like, hi kids. I'm almost there. Right. I don't know. The voices are getting better. Maybe we can have like we can have Jesse, and we can have we can have I don't know, like a random Russian guy.
Well, I mean, at some point,
we can have Arnold. We'll have them all on here. You do a great Arnold, so we'll have Arnold on here.
Yeah. So
I love your Arnold. Do an Arnold for me. Tell me to shut up.
Shut up.
Yes, Arnold.
But like financially, I'm trying to work out how to do a music video, but at the same time, maybe I like should maybe pay for like a hot sauce, because we wanted to do the wings thing. We've
wanted to do it we did it last year, and it was amazing.
But the one segment I wanted to do in that while doing the hot sauce was try to do the impressions with our throat burning and call it burning impressions.
Burning it. Oh my God. Yeah. You're so good at this stuff.
Yeah.
Even the whole unmarked territory, like you're just good at coming up with clever little frickin' ideas. I have a knack for it too, but I find that it's sporadic. It comes to me now and then, and I'll be like, I should be able to come up with a cool name for that, and I can't. But you're just like on the ball with that. You're just like, you know what? We'll go with this. It's just even Shot Pod is pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes from, for those of you that don't know, a little history on the whole shot. Well, obviously, those who know, there's a 0 in shot, not an O. So when you search for us, you put the 0 in shot, and then we're on, you go into Google, you search it, and all of our Spotify and all of our YouTubes come up, and Facebook and all that kind of cool stuff. But it comes from Army Shot, which is the band that it marked, like it's his band, it's his original project. He's had guys in it and stuff like that, but it's his songs. So
well, I mean, you got MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, and you have that guy's real name, or Drake, you have that guy's real name, and it's like, I'm Army Shot, and you'll be like, Mark.
Right? No, but they get called Aubrey and they get Coulson because they are not worth my respect in any way, shape, or form. I do not feel that way about you at all. You are when I use a celebrity's real name, it is because I do not respect them. How many times have I called Eminem Marshall on the show? Very rarely, because as much as I don't like M and his quack, his stance, his BS stance on with this Trump thing. He will not shut up about Trump, and it's like, bro, he's not the president. They're trying to put him in. Like, believe me, you're the least of Trump's problems, Marshall. Just shut up. So I'm annoyed with that, but I mean, can we deny that Kill You is the greatest song ever written? Like, no, it doesn't change that, right? The fact that he's become a mongoloid politically in his 50s. Yeah. That's nothing. It doesn't affect how great his tunes are. But like guys like Coulson and guys like Aubrey, they don't get that respect. So that's why I do it. So that's you'll always get that respect from me, brother.
We do have to clarify because you've been calling somebody Ashley forever, but it's not Ashley. Tamara, what did
you look up her real name, eh? Alicia. It's Alicia. It's Alicia.
Weird.
My bad. It's not Ashley. You're right. Ashley's and Alicia's. I hate to say this, girls, but you are the Marks and Chris's of the friggin' world. You know how many times do you think I called you anything but Mark? Like, it took me a while to remember, what's Blake's buddy's name again? That glasses guy, like, good music. We like, come on, bald guy. God damn it. You know, Martin, no, I don't remember. Yeah. Smith. It was a Smith, damn it. You know, that's all. That's what I did for a while. But Alex isn't a hard name to remember, but it's becoming more common. So I do find people, Alan? Was it Alan? I'm like, yeah. There's too many.
What's that guy's name?
That's how you know this
starts with the W. Oh, you better.
We can't say Alex's real name on the show. No, but Alicia is what we call Pink. Or what Pink's real name is, and we don't call her Pink anymore.
But there were plenty of times that if you listen back, you'll hear Ashley. So just know he meant Alicia. Yeah.
Unless you can just find a crappy, dumbass celebrity named Ashley and just drop. I could just be mad at them if you want. But
there you go.
I probably don't like if they were saying, "I hope if you're not vaccinated, that you die." Then then you can also group that person into being a person not worthy of using their crappy stage name. Yeah. And it's sad because, like we've said, Pink for me was. I actually really like her, and I really like her music, and I've seen her live, and I don't know. She's just kind of one of those people, like, I have celebrities that I kind of just dig. You know, I like her. I like Melanie Martinez. I have girls that I kind of just dig. You know, and yeah, that's just such a shame to be like, oh, you're super evil. Okay, never mind. My bad. And my new tour is sponsored by Pfizer. Like, she's all out, bought, sold Chinese. Yeah. Like, she's done. Like, Alicia, if you're a fan of Pink, she has sold you to the Chinese so hard. Like, I'm not kidding. Her tour is sponsored by Pfizer. Like, it's like you show up at the Pink show and there's like a big veil waiting for the stage show to start. It says Pfizer on it. Like, that's I cannot swear. It's so hard. That's freaking nuts, Mark. Like, I don't know. That is insane. Yeah. Like, if it said Mountain Dew, I'd be like, okay, like, good for you, Alicia, get that money. If it said Disney Plus, I'd be like, ooh.
If you said Proline, you'd be like, typical.
I'd be like, oh, and before the show starts, like, hi, my name is Aaron Paul, and you need to waste all your child's university education on Proline. As soon as you know what? Don't even stay for the show. Alicia's backstage getting her makeup on. Get the frick out of here and just spend your money on methamphetamines and Proline. What? Right? Is that...
Yeah.
Sorry. I was saying, inside joke, I've been whining about how Aaron Paul is like, it's a bombardment of advertisements to gamble. And I just think it's like really mean because there's a lot of gamble-holics out there. Like, and I think that's all those are for. Those commercials are just so that the guy who's like, I haven't gambled in 6 years is like, that's it. Like the God pigeon, right? Like the God pigeon. That's it. What? I'm a joke to you? What? I'm just a funny man? What? That's what I am to you? Okay. Like, just like goes off. And anyways, yeah, it's driving me nuts. We have a lot of news to get to on episode 91.
Oh, I gosh, so like, and not just like, just a lot.
The Trump stuff is crazy.
But like the length of my rants. So we got some time.
We're gonna get to them. But also we've been doing a cool thing. We did it in the last episode. We'll do it this episode where we talk about the number of the episode. We talk about that year because this episode is 91. It's a cool year. 1991 was a cool year. And we're going to keep doing it for 92, 93, 94, all the way up to there. So we'll not talk about that later. And we're going to talk about gaming. A lot of gaming, big game news. Big game news for the Sony, Xbox people, all that stuff. The big stuff going on there. So that's all coming up. The first half hour, as you are watching right now, is up on YouTube. As you can see. Hi, everybody. If you're not watching on YouTube and you're listening to me say this, you can go on YouTube and search Shot Pod, put that 0 in shot, like I said to do earlier. And we've got a first half hour of every episode pretty much from like 65, I think was the first one. And now we're on 91. So there's like 30 or 40 of them up there now, isn't there? Yeah. There's almost as many episodes on YouTube as like some of my favorite podcasters. Like our numbers are big. I love it. Makes us feel like big men. We have 91 episodes. Yeah. We're gonna be in triple digits, man, with the episodes soon. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's big.
Technically.
Well, we're in September, so we're coming up on the year.
2 years. Yeah. It'll be 2 years. When was it? September 15th? What was the first episode drop?
Yeah, I think it was
15th. Is that our anniversary? Me and Mark have an anniversary.
Yeah. The anniversary of the first episode drop of the Shot Pod.
I don't know what was the day we cut it, I wonder though. We'd have to look into that. Yeah. That would technically be the anniversary. But either way, we try. One thing I wanted to say that I've talked to the listeners and a couple of my buddies of mine that I go to movies with and stuff, and they're saying that like it's nice that we're caught up with episodes because it's relevant. You know what I mean? There was a little while there where we had some episodes in the bank, which we like to do, but the world is so effed up. Like we can't do it. We can't even bank like 2 episodes so that, if I go camping or Mark has his kid and is busy that weekend, you know what I mean? That we could take. No, we can't because like the world is just burning so fast, so rapidly.
It's gotten to the point that when I post the episodes in the episode description, I have to say, we talk more about this on the following episode because so much
like
is already
such a big
changed.
deal. Yeah, like Trump. Like we're gonna talk a lot about Trump today because like when we dropped the last episode, it was in the middle of I think the picture, the mugshot shot. Yeah, so we haven't even talked about that, and we got to talk about how crazy it is that he weaponized it. He's the smartest man on earth. I don't care. Honestly, I'll say it once. I've said it a million times. I don't like Donald Trump. I'm not saying he's a role model. I'm not saying that there's a tender place in my heart for the man. I'm not even saying that I like Republicans, like real Republicans, like crazy Union Jack waving right-wing psychopath Republicans that love guns. I'm not about any of those values. I love freedom, but I definitely don't like any of those other things. But my God, to deny that he's smart. We were talking about music earlier today. We were talking about how I don't like the Foo Fighters. I don't own their music. I haven't gone to a concert. They're not my thing. Will I deny that Everlong is probably one of the greatest songs ever written? No, there's no way. Is it one of the best songs on drums? Is it one of the greatest guitar songs? Is it a great vocalizer? Is it great lyrics? Yes. All of the above. Don't care for the Foo Fighters that much. Yeah. We could say that about, you know what I mean? You don't have to like Metallica. Deny that an Enter Sandman changed music with how important and how popular they were. You can't. Yeah. And so you don't have to like Trump, but you cannot deny the genius. You cannot deny the forward thinking. You cannot deny the ability for a man who has been for 60 years now in the press, in the limelight, in front of a camera for 60 years. The man knows how to make them play for him. Yeah. You can't play the cameras against Trump. The Democrats are learning in the hardest way possible what happens when you take a man that was raised by media and try to use it to manipulate him. Because I know everyone's like, oh, yo, talk all your smack you want, Alex. He's going to jail. We'll see, boys. Just watch, guys. Just watch as this mugshot turning into a T-shirt for Republicans. Like, I love the meme when it's like Democrats with the mugshot, and then they meet a Republican on the street with the mugshot, and they're just like, hey, you! And it's like, hey, you! That's... You win. Yeah. You win, Donald. You win, Donnie. Donnie's got you all wrapped around his finger, and he's got you all by the pussy, just like he says, because he knows you all like it. He's holding you by it right now, and he's waiting for you to just say, yes, Mr. President. That's what he's doing. Just if you're wondering, that's what he's doing right now. It's the what's it? The stone in my hand, so you don't notice the knife in your back. Yeah. So we're going to talk more about all of that. But yeah, that's very, very cool. Video games, Trump, 1991, all coming up on this episode of Shot Pod!
Yeah. So first things first, though.
I'm the realist.
So Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. So she's now doing what Metallica had started doing, and that was
Don't talk about my wife like this.
that was.
I get really annoyed when you talk about my future wife.
There are live shows in theaters, so now Taylor Swift is doing that.
Yeah, actually,
And
she's got Netflix specials and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, Netflix special, but putting it in theaters. So now that's making all the movie creators like, okay, we can't release our stuff now. So Exorcist has been delayed.
Oh, that sucks.
As well as which you didn't care about, Killers of the Flower Moon, which was that Martin Scorsese film.
Oh yeah, I hate Scorsese, but like I know it's a big film. It's a big deal.
It's gonna be a big deal because it's all about the white man taking over.
Yeah, maybe it'll be as
Indigenous.
bad as The Irishman. Let's hope. Let's see. 3 hours of our lives we'll never get back. Let's see, we can't do. I just don't get the Scorsese.
I love The Irishman.
Me and Tamara are gonna have to talk later. No. Whenever Mark says something, I'm just like, I can't even wrap my head around it. Like I'm like, how? Like I love Mark. He's
4 to 5 white girls literally can't even right now, and that's Alex now.
I am 4 to 5 white girls. I just can't even. Me and Tamara, I just do look and I go, how does it? Like the fact that like Mark's one of these guys where if you go out and you're like, hey, those fries look good. Can I have one? He'd be like, don't touch my food. Like, you know what I mean? Most people are like, yeah, you have a fry. You know what I mean? But like, there's just Mark has certain peeves that hit, and sometimes his taste in entertainment just surprises me, right? Because he's got such good taste until he doesn't. No, I'll be real with you. The Irishman wasn't like the worst Scorsese film. But
it was longer than it should have been.
It was definitely failure on the editing department.
Yes,
half
for sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like it was way, like I watched because Netflix you're able to pick up where you left off, and I watched like maybe 3/4 of it, and then maybe 2 or 3 months later is when I finished it. Like I didn't get back into it right away.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
See, I will pick up like a comedy special or something, and I'll do that. I'll watch like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I'll just pause it and be like, all right, that's I've had enough. Unless it's a movie that grabs me right by the balls, and I can't let it go. Like the Extraction. Holy Jesus. Like, I remember being like, oh, Thor is going to beat people up. All right, play. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't turn that. I was going to watch 30 minutes and pause it and be like, I'll watch some more later. I'll go back to my comedy thing now. Nope, I was hooked. And then the second one.
See part 2?
Oh, so good. So good. I honestly, like, I love these John Wick movies. Because The Equalizer is that too. I saw Equalizer 3 there the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Not as good as the first two.
Yeah.
But good. But just, you know why? My only critique was that no one gave him an even slight amount of trouble killing. Like it was just him beating up and killing punks. You know what I mean?
But even though it was basically him, but as an enemy, like he was facing himself more or less in this one.
Yes, it was very internal dialogue, and it was about him kind of trying to calm down a bit too. But anyways, it was still good. It's just, I wanted somebody to give him a go for his money. Like, even John Wick gets beat up a little before he finally caps the guy. Like, but either way, I just love these movies where it's like just the one-man army, Columbiana, Extraction.
Yeah, like in the 90s.
John Wick.
We had some crazy action stars. And then I guess action movies for a while kind of disappeared other than comic book movies. So we needed something to keep it going. So we had John Wick.
Do you remember True Lies, man? You remember how big a deal? Like, I mean, when we get to 1994 we'll talk about that movie more in episode 94. But like, yeah, like there was action movies that blew. Like, that movie was amazing. I don't care what anybody says. It's all practical effects. There's nothing CGI about it. And it was Stallone, it was Schwarzenegger, it was there's more. Bruce Lee, I guess, was it passed, but he started this legacy of that kind of movie too, like the fighting and the kung fu with stuff blowing up. They were like, oh, let's take this Bruce Lee thing and this Schwarzenegger thing and make what was it? I can't remember. Jet Li.
Van Damme was big.
Van Damme's another. I'm trying to think of all the names. Van Damme, like they all hated each other. They're all in mad competition about who could build better muscle, make better movies, bigger guns, who more body count. Like, I love that. It was like a competition. You know what I mean? And then like Stallone was Rambo. So of course then Schwarzenegger put out like Mercenary or some Commando, right? Yeah. It was so funny. And then it's like just a direct like, I could do it too. Like, I love it. I love that era. People, the late 80s, Terminator kind of blew him up too. And then, once you got into the 90s, you got so many. And they all, what was the pinnacle of all of that? All of that was working towards The Matrix.
Yeah.
All of it was working towards, because that was the number one, an intelligent movie with a story, a very good story, not just my wife, I would blow it up. You know what I mean? It's not like that. And you have my wife, I'm coming to get you. Not the same boring, guy gets the girl story, or a guy's an agent. Not that. It was an intelligent story, but it used all those effects, all those explosions, all of the things they'd learned making, that the Hollywood had learned, not just the Wachowskis. I'm talking about.
Plus the new technology,
and they were developing stuff that was
bullet time.
Worlds ahead. Yeah, stuff that, like, can you imagine a Transformers movie that doesn't have like a moment where everybody stops and you can see the action for a quick second? That's the Matrix invented that. Like, they started that. So, and I think all these great action movies led up to that. It's nice to see a resurgence, because you and I were Dead Reckoning. When we saw, what was the new Mission Impossible called?
That was Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning. Yeah, when we saw Dead Reckoning, how many times did we just go, oh, and just look at each other? Like, and when Tom says, you need to see this on the biggest screen possible and worship Scientology. What was that last thing, Tom? Nothing. He's right. You definitely should worship Scientology. I mean, no, that's not what I meant. You definitely should check it out on a big screen, because I don't care, man. Watching that on Netflix is not going to have the impact it's going to have. And knowing that the stunt, like that stunt in the movie where with the bike, because I saw on my Facebook and on my reels and crap, all this footage of him and how he did it, talking about it, the cameras showing how. So I knew everything about the stunt before I'd even seen the movie. So then to see the movie and see him like roll up and stop really abruptly, and the bike teeters on the edge of the cliff, and he looks over and I'm like, I know there's no ropes! I know there's no ropes! Like, it blows my friggin' mind, Mark, that he did that. Like, the way he stops just to look over, I'm like, I know there's no ropes. I know that there's no safety, anything. They just set their stuff up on this mountain. Everybody else is tethered to the ground with 4 straps. But not Tom. Tom's on a bike. Like, are we ready to shoot, guys? Like, he's insane. And you're not going to get that experience unless you go into the theater. I agree.
Yeah.
Did the Equalizer need to be seen in the theater? Nah, I think I'm probably okay. But I'll tell you, there's a couple. It's very gory. Yeah. There's some gore that you are going to love.
Cool.
It's few and far between, because it's kind of a calm movie about himself, but the intro and the outro, beginning and the end, is when he really F's everybody up. And, like, yeah, there's some.
Did you ever see The Book of Eli?
One of, if not the greatest Denzel movies of all time.
That was really good. Yeah.
He looks a little old in this one, but I'll tell you, the reason that movie is one of my favorites is because I think that's as close to his King Kong ain't got nothing on me performance that he gave. I think that's as close as it gets.
Yeah.
It was Book of Eli. That was the people that were all effed up because they'd been eating people for so long.
Yeah.
That scene I can picture it right now. Those people. Oh, what a movie. What a movie. I love that book.
Yeah.
I love that movie. So The Book of Eli. Check it. It's a post-apocalypse dystopia future movie about there's no
a blind man. He plays a blind man.
He plays a blind guy, and there's no books on planet. There's no more books on planet Earth. He's got the last one. Yeah. And you're never gonna guess which book it is. It's a Playboy from 56.
Not the Scientologist book.
Right? Yeah, I feel like that is there a ta-dum? Which one's ta-dum?
We don't have that one anymore.
Close enough. Good episode today, man. I'm a little loud, though. I feel like I'm being a little loud. All
right. So I know we're into the 90s for recapping things via our episode number, but Loki, Season 2, recreated a 1982's McDonald's mixed with the TVA for Season 2.
Oh, my
And God. I wanted to recap on that for a moment.
So
80s McDonald's had pictures of the characters all over the walls. Hamburglar, Birdie, Grimace, the Burger Cop, whatever his name was. Little hamburgers with eyes. And the Fry Kids. They had what was referred to as a party room, which was just a wing of the restaurant with a large table for birthday parties.
And the chairs were molded into the shape of these characters, too. It was so cool because you'd be like, oh, I want the Grimace chair.
Yeah.
Every kid has old Kodak pictures, like disposable camera pictures of them at a McDonald's with horrible lighting in the background, right? Because the background of McDonald's looks black because of these cameras only whatever the flash touched was the only thing that lit up. Yeah. So you got like this dim cigarette smoke McDonald's in the background, and you with your Sonic 3 toy or your what else? Trolls. They had all kinds of Trolls was a huge one. But the McDonald's, you would sit and that's where every kid had their birthday.
Yeah.
What was the other thing that did you remember one thing that you got to do if you had your birthday at McDonald's? Do you remember?
No.
Do you guys out there remember? you got to go back and see the kitchen. When I was, remember in the 90s, if you were like, when it was your birthday, they'd take you and they'd line you up and they'd say, all right, let's go for a trip. And they'd take you through the whole restaurant.
Yeah,
they take you in the back and show you where the burgers came from and all that and everything. Take you right to the back, and then you say hi to the manager. Manager's office would be in her office, and she'd have to say hi to the kids. It was all part of working there. And then the kids had to stay in a straight line. Oh, we're still filming, so I can't swear. But can you freaking imagine these savage little bastards that are out there today? If they did that now, the McDonald's would all burn. The kids would be like stealing stuff and tripping the employees and poisoning the burgers. Or they would all just stare at their phones the whole time and none of them would even look. And they'd be like, why am I doing this tour? These kids don't even care. You know what I mean? Yeah. But back in the 90s, it was a huge deal. I remember being blown away. Anyways, continue. Sorry. McDonald's in the 90s was a huge thing.
Also, so food-wise, they had many of their sandwiches and things they still have today. But one thing I never got to try was the Arch Deluxe. I don't know why. I don't know why this was an adult burger, but often they would run promos where you could get an Arch Deluxe combo, and it would come with a lottery ticket.
It's kind of like sex without intercourse. That's how good the Arch Deluxe was.
Now, in Loki 2, Marvel's partnership with McDonald's was nostalgic on purpose because of the joys of being a kid going to that place. They're banking on that.
Thanks for listening to The Shot Pod.
To hear full episodes, you can find us on Spotify,
Apple Podcasts,
Google,
iHeartRadio,
and much more.
Please ball kick subscribe.
Abuse that little bell to be notified of new content.
We'll have a lot more coming.
And it's always fun.